Okay, students, this is Dr. Miller, and I'm going to show you what you need to do to complete the syllabus assignment during this first week of the class. So if we come over here to start here, this gives you a little overview of what we're trying to do. Now, the syllabus assignment is just a one-question test at the end, and really you're going to answer yes. And what that's going to do is it's going to tell me and Sneed State Community College that you have read the syllabus, you understand it, and that you're going to be an active student in the class. The status of an active student is important for the school to understand, and may have some impact on your financial aid as well, so you definitely want to complete it. So if we can go over to assignments, or we can go to syllabus. Either one will get us there. Let's do assignments. And here's the syllabus assignment. We're going to do that. And this again is a little overview of it. This is the syllabus itself. There's a second document that's really part of this. That's the schedule. And that is a week-by-week schedule of everything that will take place in the class. There's this other video that I hope you watch or have watched that shows you about how Blackboard is used in this class. And then here's the test itself. So let's just go through the syllabus. When we open the syllabus, it tells you about me, how to contact me. Now, really, the only way you're going to be able to contact me is through Blackboard messaging, which is basically an email system within Blackboard. And there's a couple of reasons that this is really the way to do it. One of them is that everything that we do in terms of communication back and forth from me to you, the student, is captured within that system. And the other thing is, if you can access Blackboard, which is a web-based tool, then you can get to it from anywhere. You don't have to have a special email client like Microsoft Office or Gmail. Here we are with the schedule. This is the college schedule. So we can see that classes are beginning today, January 16th, and they will end in May. The last day for final examinations is May the 10th. The specific course schedule is in that other document. We'll go over it in a little bit. There are some learning outcomes for this class. The primary one is that you become proficient in the use of your camera. Everybody's going to have different cameras, so I don't teach the class as if everybody has the same camera. A lot of the students use their cell phone cameras, and that's fine. There are some things that I will show you in this class that really are beyond what you can do with a cell phone camera. But the cell phone camera itself is an excellent camera in most cases. And really what I try to show you is how to use the camera as a tool for your vision of photography. Now, you're going to be submitting your photographs throughout the course, and they are going to show me that you understand some of the basic elements of photography, such as composition, a lot of things about the camera and lenses, and different types of photographs as well. So that's going to be some of the content that we're going to focus on. And then that you can use the camera in a technical sense. Again, if you use the more sophisticated camera that's called a single lens reflex camera, and they're made, for example, by Canon or Nikon, and they cost more money. But with them, you can do so many more things than you can do with a cell phone camera. So that's partly why, even though you may not have one of these cameras, you need to know about it because you may want to get one. You also may be able to borrow somebody's SLR camera for a little bit of this class and use it. Now, you're also going to be doing some software, and that would be editing. We're going to show you how to use a tool that is free and it's online, and it's called Pixlr. Now, this class is a little different, and I'll get to it in a minute here, because there's no textbook, and the only software you use is free and online. Now, let's go back here on our objectives. There is a writing assignment, And many students kind of scratch their head a little bit as to why there's a writing assignment in a photography class. But it's kind of a way for you to get into a particular photographer. So the writing assignment will be to select a professional photographer who's recognized for their work and understand what they do and perhaps be inspired by what they do. And then we will have a section that deals with photography as art, because it is both an art and a technology. All right, so as I mentioned, there is no textbook. I used to use Adobe Photoshop Elements, and it costs about $100, but we're using Pixlr. It's just as good for this class. Now we're using Blackboard to support this class. If you do have problems with Blackboard, there's a website right here. This is a good link to go to that you can find out some information about how to use Blackboard from the student side. But if you have some specific questions, you can work through Mr. Michael Gibson. He's on campus at Snead State, and he can help you out, or some of the people that work in the information technology area might be able to help you out as well. So let's talk about the syllabus assignment. You'll have to pardon the train that's going by. I know if you live in Boaz, you know what trains are about. Well, I live in Red Bank, Tennessee, and we have the same situation. When we get into the actual assignments, there's going to be 11 photograph assignments. This says 8. That's an error, and I'll fix it. 11 photograph assignments, and you're going to submit photographs through Blackboard, and each week there will be a place for you to submit your work. Here's how the grading works. It's all on points. When you complete this syllabus assignment, you're going to get your first 25 points. That's the same as doing a photo assignment. That's how important it is to do it. There are 11 different photo assignments. You'll do them, you'll turn in your work, and for the first couple of them, I'm going to give you 25 points if you just turn it in. After that, you will get graded on 25 points, and the grading will primarily be about how you follow the instructions, not a criticism of your work itself. There are also discussion posts, and those are worth 10 points. You have to create your own thread response to a discussion. And then at the end of the term, you're going to pick photographs that you've already taken, and you're going to create a photo portfolio. There is a final exam. We'll get to that during the very last week of school. It'll be open for 3 days. The test is constructed so that you can use any material you want to help you out, but it's a timed test. So if you have to go and look up a lot of stuff on Wikipedia or something, you're probably not going to finish it. Then, as I mentioned, you have a writing assignment. So you're going to come up with a possible total of 575 points, and then this is the grade breakdown. So the number of points you get will fall in one of these grade areas, and that's your grade. These are expectations that you're going to do your work. It's going to be your work and not the work of anybody else. I have to trust you, and I've never had anybody that I know of cheat in this class. I don't want you to start doing that now. If you have any problems with this class that relate to your ability to handle the material, first thing to do is contact me. Use the Blackboard email system and send me an email and tell me what's going on. Things come up during the semester, I understand that. I'm a very forgiving teacher as long as there's some reason behind things. This is some other information in terms of financial aid and other things you might want. This is the integrity policy, which says don't cheat. These are some of your rights, and that's about it. So let us jump back into Blackboard, the syllabus assignment, and now we're going to go to this course schedule. And again, this isn't the syllabus itself, but this is the schedule. Now, it is subject to change, and it will change, hopefully not too dramatically. But what I like to do is, if the students in a particular class group are having a struggle with something, sometimes we'll just take some extra time on it. And if they're moving ahead, we might do something a little bit different. But we're going to start off with the syllabus assignment. That's all you have to do for this week. It's due on the 21st at the end of the day. Next week, and this material will actually be out there this week for you to look at. We're going to start, and I always start with the types of photographs. So there's different kinds of photographs, and you can think of some like landscape and portrait and close-ups and things like that. So we're going to talk about those types of photographs. There's also a video about Flickr, because part of this first assignment requires you to use Flickr. Flickr is an online site for photographs. I can show you my Flickr right here, and my Flickr has 35,000 photographs on it. Here's some photographs from a parade that occurred in Chattanooga last month. Back to the schedule. So that's your assignment. There's also some articles, and these will appear in the folder. Each week there'll be a folder for that week. In that folder is your assignment for that week. The due dates are here. They could be subject to change if there's a reason. We're going to start with these. Now you're going to go through being a better photographer, and this is a simple overview. There's some reading and some videos to go over. And then we're going to talk about cameras, the single lens reflex camera, the point and shoot camera, and the cell phone camera. Those are the three. There's a video for each of those. And I'm also going to talk about the writing assignment that I described. During week 5, we're going to talk about camera lenses and talk about photography as art. On the 6th week, we're going to do photo composition. Here's some camera operations. This is a particularly tricky section here because it does deal with some of the concepts that are only available on the single lens reflex cameras. But again, everybody needs to know something about these, because if you want to step up and get a better camera sometime, these are the kinds of things that they'll do that make that a thing you should consider. Landscape photography, action and documentary photography. During the spring break, I hope you will be out there taking lots of photos, and I hope the weather is going to be good for you. Portrait photography will come next. We're going to get into photo editing. One more section in this week 13 about camera accessories, tripods, things like that, and some more on the photo editing. The last photo editing assignment and the last regular assignment is here. The week before the finals, you're going to put together your portfolio, and then the last week you're just going to do the final exam. And again, it's not a very difficult exam. So that's the way the course is set up. Please pay attention on the home page to announcements. There's an announcement that's here that says the test is ready. If you want to read the syllabus and watch this video and the other video and do all that stuff today when it's supposed to be snowing, that might be a good thing to do. This area down here, the what's new, every time I add something to the course in terms of like an article or a video, they will show up here. It's just another way to get at some of the stuff. And then if there's a message that you're sending to me or I'm sending to you, it's going to show up over here. So again, please message me if you need to, and you can do that using the Blackboard message system over here. And if you just click on create a message, and then when you go to recipients, if you click here, these are all the students in the class, but this is me. And so you're going to highlight me and click that little arrow. Then you're going to put in a subject that will give me an idea of what you need. And here's your message. And then you click send. That's it. Submit, rather. And that's it. That's how you're going to reach me. So I hope this explains how the course is set up with the syllabus, and if you have any questions, just contact me.